Меня зовут Ольга Иосифовна Журавлёва, я доцент кафедры общенаучных дисциплин и ПД. The topic of our today's lecture is Oskar Wilde. Oskar Wilde is a prominent figure in the British literature. He is an outstanding celebrity. He is liked not only by critics, but by readers all over the world. He was born in Dublin, as many British poets and writers. In Dublin, Bernard Shaw was born, and Swift. Dublin is the place where famous people have been educated. Oskar Wilde was born in a well-to-do family of an eye doctor and a poetess. When he was a boy, he could speak fluent French and German. When he was a teenager, he entered Trinity College in Dublin, and when he was in his 20s, he entered Oxford University. He received all possible awards in poetry and in literature. He was one of the leaders of a new literary trend, aesthetism. As a leader, he proclaimed beauty as the main treasure. When he was quite a young man, when he was 28 years old, he made a one-year tour in America and became famous and well paid. As the leader of aesthetism, he became very popular in Paris and in London as well. He wasn't very quick in his literary work. For 14 years, he wrote several plays, how it's important to be honest and ideal husband. These plays are still very popular, and many films have been released. But his most famous novel is The Portrait of Dorian Gray. This novel is admired by critics and by readers. Though the plot of the novel is not very intricate, it attracts a lot of readers even after 100 after the author's death. The Portrait of Dorian Gray is quoted, and there are a lot of quotations connected with this novel. They are: always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. I'm so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I'm saying. Ladies are to be loved, not to be understood. These are only a few quotations from this novel. In the beginning of Portrait of Dorian Gray, we meet three characters. Dorian, a young innocent boy, Basil, a painter, and Lord Henry, an aristocrat. Well, these three main characters, they are completely different. Dorian is quite a young fellow, and he believes in that he will be beautiful forever and ever. But when he sees his portrait, he understands that within years he will grow older and the portrait will stay young. So he sells his soul for being young forever and ever, and that all sins that he will commit would be reflected in the portrait. So he lives a sinful life, being corrupted by Lord Henry, and in the end he understands that he can't lead such a terrible life, and the only witness of his sins is the portrait. So he decides to destroy the portrait. So he kills the portrait, thus killing himself. And in the morning, the servants find unknown corpse, and they recognized the master only by the fingers, by the rings on his fingers. So, and the life of Oskar Wilde was not very easy, because in the end of his life he was put into prison. In the prison he ruined his health and died, being 46 years old. He died in Paris. He was left by his wife and by the family alone, poor, moneyless, and just ruined. But still, his name it will be never forgot, I think, because his literary work is, I think that he is a genius. That's why, and his quotations are very witty. That's why we read them and admire them. Here are some more of his quotations. You can never be overdressed or overeducated, say. Never love anyone who treats you like you are ordinary. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. And if one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. So I think that you will read his books and you will admire them as all the civilized well. Thank you.